Now, the story starts in the green lush jungle of India, where a baby monkey named Pikoo lived happily with his family. He had his mother, his uncle, and his cousins, and such a big family. And his entire family was called Troop. Like we have big families, similarly, Pikoo had a huge family. And he had a very funny uncle. He would dance like crazy and make Pikoo laugh so much every day. Pikoo was living a very happy life with his troop in the jungle. And here now, Pikoo says, "Hello everyone, my name is Pikoo. I love eating fruits and I can swing on the trees." Pikoo used to live with his family, as we have seen in the previous one. One evening, as the sun was setting down, he sat on a log with his mother. And he said, "Mama, I heard Auntie Chiku say that there are so many other like us, but they look different from us. Is that true? She also called us something like Macaboo. Is that what she said?" Her mother, Pikoo's mother, laughed aloud, and she laughed at her silliness of Pikoo. And she said, "Ha ha, Pikoo. She did not call us Macaboo. She called us macaques. We belong to a type of monkey family found in places like Asia and North Africa. There are so many kinds of macaques like us. Our family belongs to something called Rhesus Macaque. Let me explain." And she then explains that this is how a Rhesus macaque look like. They are one of the most common macaques that are found in India. They eat seeds and roots and buds, barks and cereals. And they often also come to the cities and temples and forests. They are mostly brown or grey in color. Now Pikoo was fascinated. He's only one type of a monkey. He didn't know that there are so many of them. And he had no idea that they were called macaques. And he says, "Whoa, Mama, that's so cool. What are the other kinds and where do they live?" Do you guys want to know what are the other kinds of macaques?
Ma'am, northern pigtail macaque and the stump-tailed macaque.
Yes, but the rest of you, do you want to know the different types of macaques?
I know most of them.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the rest of you, to find out the rest of them, you will have to get up from your seats. Quickly get up from your seats. And you will have to perform this dance. Now, the another type of monkey that Pikoo's mother explained is a stump-tailed macaque. They are called stump-tailed because they have a very short tail. They are also called bear macaque. They are found in northeastern India, and just like other macaques, they eat fruits, seeds, leaves, and even small insects like crabs. They have thick brown fur and a hairless face. Now, the next one is a lion-tailed macaque. They are called a lion-tailed macaque because they have a long tail and they have a big mane on the face like a lion. They have black fur and they are found in the western Ghats of South India. They are also known as bondaroo. And the next one is a bonnet macaque. Any idea why? Except Kia, because you know the answer, the rest of you can answer. Any idea why they are called a bonnet macaque? Look at the head of...
They have a shaped patch of hair on their heads.
That's right. Because they have a patches on their head which look like bonnet. Bonnet is a cap. They are found in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. And along with rhesus, this is the most common monkey that is found in India. And now, last but not the least, northern pigtail macaque. They are found in northeastern India. They are not very common here in India, but they are found in the northeastern part. They are named for because they have a short pig-like curl tail, and just like other macaques, they eat mostly fruits, seeds, but they also eat other insects. Now, these are only some of the macaques, but Pikoo was so fascinated to know that he had never seen any other macaques just like him, and he's never seen macaques so much different from him. He had no idea that some macaques had no tail at all, and some had curvy tail, and some looked like majestic lions. He was amazed, and he says, "Whoa, Mom, they're all so amazing. I hope I can meet them all someday." Pikoo's mother was happy to find Pikoo fascinated by such other different creatures just like them, and she says, "Ha ha, there are so many more, Pikoo. You can meet them all one day when you grow up and you travel the jungle with a troop." Now, Pikoo and his troop used to lived happily in their own jungle. They used to live in one corner of the jungle. They would eat seeds and of the fruits, and they would throw it in different parts of the jungle. And that's how new trees would come about. And they would eat insects, and they keep population in check of the insects, so there are not too many insects in the jungle as well. Every evening, all the elders of the troop and all the little children would come together, sit together, and tell them stories of old ages and of how the old monkeys have come to this part of the jungle and how they have stayed here together and lived with their family. They would also teach each other how to groom, how to clean their faces, and all other things that monkeys and macaques do. And Pikoo says, "Mama, do you think we will always live here forever with the family? I never want to go out of this jungle. I love it here. I think maybe when we grow up, we can go to a different jungle and meet the other macaques. But I always want to live here with the family." His mother says, "Of course, Pikoo. The jungle has been our home for generations, ever since the very first macaque came here. The trees are our home. They give us food, they give us shelter, and they also protect us from predators like big, huge animals who want to eat us. There is no other place like jungle our home." And then she points out to the elders who are sitting in the corner, and she says, "Do you see them, Pikoo? They are our elders. They have lived here the longest. They know every tree in this jungle. They know every river that passes through this jungle. And one day, when you grow up, all these elder and our troop will teach you everything, and you too will know this jungle as well as they do. And when you grow up and when you have your family, you will teach them the same." Hearing that, Pikoo was very happy, and he says, "I want to be just like them when I grow up. I want to swing on every tree and bathe in the rivers and play with my family." "Ha ha, Pikoo, you will, my little one. You'll always stay here." But their happiness did not last forever. One day when they woke up, huge noises started coming in the jungle. They had no idea what was happening. The entire jungle was shaking. The earth was shattering. The trees were coming down from the trees. From the skies, they were falling down. And all the animals were running here and about. Nobody cared if they were a predator or a prey. They were just running out of the jungle, out of the opposite direction where there were lots of noises coming. All the deer started running, the monkeys, the elephants, the birds, the lions, even the and frogs, and everyone started jumping out of the ponds and started running away. Pikoo had no idea what was happening. He got scared. He's never heard such a loud voice in his life. And he says, "Mama, what is going on? What is happening to our home? Who are they?" And his mother was very scared and afraid, and she says, "They have come, Pikoo, the humans. They have arrived. They're destroying our home. They're gonna take over now." And slowly, when they ran to the corner of the jungle, they realized the entire jungle had been cut down. There was no place for them to go. The only place that they could see far off was a huge city. The elders of Pikoo's troop did not want to go there. They've never been in a city. Jungle has always been their home. But they had no choice. Now they can't live in the open. There was no trees to swing. There was no water to drink. There was no fruits to eat. And they were out in the open. The humans or the predators could eat them. So they decided to move to the city. Now the elders were not happy about it. But Pikoo was excited. He's never been in a city. He's never seen such tall, colorful buildings. He's never seen such amazing, huge vehicles. He never even heard about it. All his life he was told not to go to that part of the area. But now he was here, he was excited. But when he turned around and looked at his elder, he could see that he was sad, that he was crying, and there were tears running down his face. Pikoo could not understand. He thought, that's alright, if jungle's gone, we can live here. It's no different from the jungle. There are some trees here, we can live. But he had no idea that it's not as gonna be easy as he had imagined. Because here in the jungle, there were huge and tall buildings. There were trees, but only one or two that would not even be seen within kilometers. There were only buildings everywhere you go. No matter which turn they take, there were huge buildings. And so many humans. They were all running everywhere. The vehicles were so fast. All the humans were screaming, crying, and talking. There was not even a minute of silence in the city. And the Pikoo and his troop has never lived in this kind of a place. They were all very confused. They were wondering, what are we supposed to do now? Where are we supposed to go? And they could not find the food either. Because there were not so many trees, they started looking for food in the dustbins. But even in the dustbin, they could not find good food. There was only rotten, half-eaten fruits and vegetables and everything wrapped up. Sometimes there were even broken glasses that was in the fruit that some of the monkeys ate, and their stomach was paining a lot. And they had no choice, but every evening they would come down to the dump yard and eat from there. Pikoo's mother looked at her elder and she felt so sad. The elder who took care of the troop from generations, the elder who was the leader, had now come to this condition where they have to scavenge for food in these conditions. And she called Pikoo to grab some food, to find some food. But Pikoo said, "But Mama, this place smells so bad. Why do we have to eat here?" Pikoo's mother said, "I know, Pikoo, but this is all we have now. These are all the only options we have now. There is no other place that we can go and find food." Pikoo was confused and upset that they have come to this position, that they have come to this condition where they have to look in dustbin for food, when there was a time when food was abundant in the jungle. At night, Pikoo finally understood that they are in a very, very bad condition. And when they were sitting on a tree, Pikoo was upset and he asked his mother, "Mama, why do we have to live like this? I miss our jungle. Can't we just go back?" Mother replies, "I know, Pikoo, but the jungle, our home, is gone now. The humans have took it away and we must learn to survive here now." "Well, why did they take it away? Didn't they have anywhere else to live? Didn't they know that we were living in the jungle, that it was our home? Do they have to cut down all our trees to take away our home?" Pikoo's mother became very sad. She had no idea how to explain this to innocent Pikoo. But she says, sometimes humans forget that they share the world with others. That this place, this earth, is not just for them. It's for all of us that exist on this planet. But more often than not, they tend to forget it. But people, don't lose hope, because not all of the humans are bad. I am pretty sure that there are some kind and compassionate humans out there. They would understand. We just have to wait. And his mother's words were actually true. Sometimes when they were starving, some kind humans would take pity on them and they would bring them food, especially bananas to eat. And sometimes they would even give them chips or sometimes leftover biryani. Pikoo had never had that kind of food, and he was so happy to eat that. But sometimes, after eating all that food, his stomach would ache. He never figured out why. He loved eating that food. He loved whenever gave him some chapati to eat or some nice biryani to eat. But his stomach would ache a lot after eating that. But sometimes when he had no food to eat and nobody was giving them, Pikoo was so upset. And he would see that people have fruits in their homes, in their kitchens. And he thought, if they can take our trees, which has fruits, well, I can take some fruits from their home. It's only fair. So he would slowly go to their houses and inside the kitchen, and they would steal fruits from their houses. And he would happily think, yay, now my family has something to eat tonight. But sometimes when they were stealing, humans would find them out. One day when he was stealing, he got caught, and people grabbed him by his collar and took him outside and threw him on the street. And they said, these monkeys are menace, kick them out. Ever since they have come here, they're only troubling us. They also steal food from our homes. They have nowhere to go. We should call the police and send them away. And someone was even so cruel, they said, we should kill them all. They have no place to live in our cities. Hearing all that, Pikoo got so scared. He's never seen someone get so angry. He's never seen such angry humans. And all that anger directed towards him, he was shivering in pain and anger and frustration. He thought humans are the ones who took our homes away first. Why shouldn't we take it back from them? Who are they to tell us that we can't eat foods from their homes? But he was so much scared that he couldn't say any of it. At the same time, there were two little girls who were standing in the corner and watching all of this unfold. After the humans were done yelling, Pikoo and his mother slowly walked towards the end of the jungle. Pikoo told his mother, I need some time alone, Mama. And he started crying. That's when those two girls slowly followed him to the end of the park and sit down away from the monkey. Pikoo said, why are you talking to me? The girl tried to talk to Pikoo and he said, hello little monkey, are you okay? But Pikoo was very angry. He said, why are you talking to me? Aren't you human angry at us? Aren't you the ones who are trying to throw us and kill us? The girls felt so sad. Pikoo was just a baby monkey. He shouldn't have to hear all of this. So they say, not all humans are bad. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to understand. Right, Naina? Naina replies and she agrees. Yes, Meera. We want to help Pikoo. What happened to you? We want to help this little monkey. What happened to you? So Pikoo realized that they might not be as bad as the other humans, and he started telling his story. My name is Pikoo. Our home was a beautiful jungle, but one day big machines came and they took everything away. And now we had nowhere to go. And so we have come to the city. But the humans in the city are not nice. They do not have trees anyway. We don't have place to live. We don't have place to sleep or eat. And humans are always throwing stone at us, beating us with sticks and kicking us out. Whose fault is that we are here now? Why did they take our jungle away if they didn't want to share their city with us? And Naina felt sad and she made the connection and she said, that's it. This is just like we've learned in the school. Deforestation forces animals to leave their homes. When people cut down jungle to make houses and buildings and schools, all the animals are forced out of their homes. But we never thought what happened to them after that. I never realized that they end up coming to the cities and how harsh must the city life for them. And Naina says, we're so sorry, Pikoo. You know what? We will try our best to help you and teach people how to learn to coexist with your troop, so we all can learn to live in harmony. This is not it. Something must be done. Pikoo was happy to know that, and he realized maybe not all humans are bad. Maybe Mama was right. There might be some kind and compassionate humans out there. And he says, thank you, kind humans. The next day, Veera and Naina go to their school and talk to their teacher who have taught them about deforestation. And they explain to her what is happening, what happened to Pikoo. Their teacher thought for a little while, and she finally says, there is only one solution to this, girls. We have forced out of their home, so they have no home to go. The city is the only place for them now. So the only solution is coexistence. And there are ways that we can learn to coexist with them. How about I teach you all, and so you can go and teach others? And she explains, the macaques in the city or the monkeys in the city, we should not feed them our food. Because if we start feeding them, they will become dependent on us. And they will not find their own food. They will always come to you to eat the food. And if we feed them chips and biryanis and raitas and all of these Indian human food, their body cannot take that. Their body is not built like ours. They are not used to eating all these masalas, and that makes them sick. So we should let these monkeys and macaques find their own food. And if you ever come across a monkey or a macaque, do not go close to them. You can always look at them, but from a far distance and very calmly. We should not run towards them. If a monkey or macaque ever comes around, do not run from them. They would only get scared and agitated. They would think you're about to hit them. Now give monkey families their space, especially if it's a macaque or a monkey with a mother. A mother macaque or mother monkey with a baby. Because like every other mother, she would also feel very protected. And if someone tries to come and touch a baby, she might hit them. And it is always important that we must be kind and respectful towards these macaques. Meaning, we shouldn't, if we see one, do not throw stones at them. Do not beat them with sticks. Let them exist. Let them be as they are. They will find their own food. They will find their own things. We can make sure to close our doors so they don't come inside our house. Once they do that, they can learn to find their own things. And if they ever come across an injured macaque or a monkey, do not go close to them. Especially if their troop is around. You can always call an animal welfare, all wildlife welfare. They can come and help, but you do not go and help these macaques. Don't even go close to them. And the most important thing is, if you're trying to shoo them away from your house or from somewhere else, be gentle with them. And the most important thing is, maybe if you can befriend the street animals or the community dogs in your area, the big community dogs in your colony, they will help keep the macaques away. The macaques are scared of dogs. So if you become friends with the dogs in your colony, they will keep the macaques away for you. And the most important thing, when you're disposing your waste or throwing it away, do so properly and close the lid so that they cannot go and look for food in that. They can always look for food somewhere else instead of coming into your house and eating from your garbage. Now, their teacher says, remember, this is their home now. The city is also their home now. So we must learn all of these things to coexist with them. And Naina says, thank you, Miss Zufi. We'll share this with everyone. Next day, they go to their colony meeting and they try to explain it to the elders. But the elders were not understanding. They were throwing about all sorts of accusations and things that they have done. Someone said, but this is our colony, this is our city. Why should we share with wild animals? Look at those dirty monkeys. Why should we share our colony with them? And someone said, but they scare our children. Look at them. They're so wild. They come and do all this coo and they scare our children. But the children were trying to explain to them. They are only here because we forced them out of their house. Imagine if someone forced you out of the city and you had nowhere else to go but the jungle. Wouldn't you go and learn to coexist in the jungle? If you had someone destroyed your house, wouldn't you try to find food however you could? After listening to that, the elders actually started thinking. and they realized their biggest mistake. That all this while they were thinking that the city that they have built is actually built on that very jungle they used to live in, meaning that this city is also their home now. They are the ones responsible for this, and so they must be the one to learn to coexist with them. One of the kind auntie, she came and said, "The girls are right, you know. Would we would do the same if we were kicked out of our house? Don't you all think so?" Mira says, "That's right. We took their only home. Now it is our responsibility to learn to coexist with them." Pikoo and his mother were listening to all of this from the top of a park from a jungle. And Pikoo was very confused. He didn't know whether the humans would listen to them or not. And he asked his mother, "Mama, do you think people will listen to Naina and Veera? That they will share their home with us? They've always been so cruel and angry and harsh towards us. Would they ever realize their mistake and learn from them?" Now Pikoo's mother, who was always optimistic and always see the silver lining, she says, "There is always hope, Pikoo. There is always hope. They have always been kind and compassionate humans throughout the generation who have always spoken up for us and done things for us. And I'm pretty sure there will always be humans, little children, who might be listening to our story, who would realize the importance and might speak up for us." And so, the colony people finally realized their mistake and started coexisting in harmony with the monkeys. They would let the monkeys come and sit on the trees. They would let them eat fruit from the trees. In fact, they realized there were so many trees which does not bear food. So they started planting more and more trees food. So when they grow up, when this plant grow up, these macaques and monkeys would have more food to eat. And the macaques at the same time also learned their lessons. They realized that they should not go to the inside the houses of these humans, that they should look at them but only from a very distance. And so slowly and slowly harmony come about and they started living in peace. Some days Pikoo would swing from one tree to another looking at all the kids playing. And this time the children would not run away. They would still continue to play and look at Pikoo and smile with him. They were not laughing at him. They were not throwing stones at him. In fact, they would say, "Look, there's Pikoo swinging about." And Pikoo, now he has become the hero of the colony. He liked attention. He would go around swinging and doing all sorts of antics to make the children laugh. And finally, one day, Pikoo sat down in the same very park that he was crying in, eating a banana that he plucked from a tree, which was planted by the humans. And he said, "Humans don't hurt us anymore, Mama, and we are also learning to find our own food. They no longer hurt me. They don't hurt me anymore. They don't throw stones, and even the adult big humans are not scared of me. They just let me go pass by." And Pikoo's mother says, "That's right, Pikoo. Finally, humans have learned to live in harmony with all of us."